Good afternoon. You're watching World of Tanks Fun Cup with your host, Dorjan,
And High Flyer 15.
where this month's theme is Death from Above, where all you can pick is artillery.
Yep, and artillery it is. And the rules are as following. It is artillery only, and you have to have one from each nation at least. So you can't just go all French because of the speed, but yeah, you have to divide it into the nations. It's a maximum of tier 4, and it is 4 to 7 players per team, and you're allowed to have up to 4 reserve players. It is 23 tier points for 7 players, minus 2 points for each player below 7. It's a maximum of 2 Wargaming.net employees per team, just to make it fair, and the use of premium tanks, shells, and consumables are allowed. The teams have 10 minutes before the allocated time starts to join the lobby, and as always, the match lasts for 15 minutes. And you win the game by destroying all enemy artillery or capturing the base. And the first 2 rounds are best of 1, the next ones are best of 3, and the final is best of 5. And if a match ends in draw, both teams are disqualified.
Ouch. Well, we don't want that to happen. Anyway, right now we're in the quarterfinals, so it's a best of 1. The next round, therefore, will be a best of 3s, and the finals will be a best of 5. Today's first game that we'll be bringing you is Monster versus Chinese on Inks. What's your thoughts about the map, Highflyer?
I really like the map. It's a very deep map. You can have a lot of strategies on this map, but when it's artillery only, the tactics change a lot. So you can either decide to go to this side, the right side, and send a quick artillery scout like the French tier 4. It's a very fast tank. Send it around the right side and just get the enemy scouted quickly, and then your team can support you from your base. Or you could decide to send some also a fast artillery down the middle and also get a good scouting on your enemy that way. And then we have the left side of the screen, and that is the town part of the map. And I expect a lot of the players to go over here because there's a lot of artillery cover, and you can get a lot safer over there. Yeah, the right side is a lot more open, and you're very prone to getting artillery shells in the face over there.
So you expect everyone to be using cover. So you expect to see most of the teams doing a sit back with most of their team and a few of the lighter artilleries going forward to spot the enemy?
Yeah, I'm actually expecting the French tanks to be driving around the maps because the artillery, as we all know, are very inaccurate. So they really have to aim a lot to hit something. So having a fast artillery driving around, just scouting the enemy team constantly, for instance, could be a very good thing.
Definitely. What about the field? Do you think people are going to be going out into the field at all to think, well, no one's going to think of this. We'll all rush the field and go around the side or something like that, crazy tactics like that. Are you expecting anything like that today?
In a cup like this, yeah, I'm actually expecting anything crazy.
Anything's possible.
Yes, exactly.
Which of the artilleries do you think we're going to see most of? We're going to see the faster French or even the gold tough French tank or any of the other types of artillery?
Well, we do have yeah, we're on a tier spread from 2 to 4 since the artillery starts at tier 1, 2, and well, you can either pick fast reload time, and all the tier 1 2s have that, or you can go for the higher splash damage at the tier 4, but again losing a lot of reload time. But again, the tier 4 French artillery is the fastest artillery out of them all, so I could see a lot of them actually, because of speed and avoiding the enemy shots, because they do have to fire a lot.
I totally see that. The M7 Priest is a curious beast for me in this one. I always found it a bit underwhelming in the main battles because its gun is able to kill smaller tanks quite quickly because it's rapid fire but quite low damage. In this, do you think that will give it an advantage?
if we do get into a brawling match, then yes, I do see the 38.6 speed limit of it also coming into play, because it is a very fast tank. Out of the tier 4s, except for the French. But yeah, the reload speed is also something that's a very big advantage in this kind of match.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's definitely got to play a part. I'll be curious to see if anyone sees it, because the openness of the M7 Priest makes it well easy to kill itself if one drops them on the top of it. We got to look at the SU5 now. Do you think anyone's going to take many of them because of the lack of range? The SU5 suffers from a drastic lack of range. Although its damage is high, you don't quite need the damage. Do you think people will prefer the SU26 over the SU5?
Well, yeah, I actually think so, because the people who have been driving the SU5 will know that the SU5 has a very low amount of ammo. It only has 14 shells, so it really has to make those shells count. The SU26 has a lot more shells and a turret to boot, so it can get around corners easily and reverse into out of cover to show even less of its tank. So I would prefer the SU26 over the SU5.
I actually have a sneaky feeling we're going to see either a lot of SU-26s or not many Soviets at all, because they don't have any other advantages apart from the SU-26 turret traverse and the SU-5's damage. But as I pointed out, I don't think the damage is going to make that much difference unless we're going to see a lot of the gold French artillery. Do you think we're going to see many of them for their armor?
Yeah, I actually think we are, because they are a very big tank, and the front armor is actually 60 millimeters, and that's a lot on an artillery. And because of it, the high millimeters, it could go out into the battle, just go out and brawl, because you really have to hit it just right to get that massive amount of damage that you usually see from artillery.
Yeah, the heavy tank of the artillery. Do you think then we're going to see a lot more tier 4s than tier 3s? Are there any of the tier 2s or 3s that people might want to consider?
Well, we can take a look at the Bison. That tank has a lot of view range. Actually, it's 12 more than the tier 4s. So just having that one gives the team an advantage if you have that tank up front, sitting in a bush somewhere, just sitting there and spotting the entire enemy team. So I could see that one being picked. I could also see the tier 2 American tank, the US, the T-57, because of its speed limit. It has a speed limit of 40, and that's pretty fast for such a small tank, and the rate of fire is also great.
It's also got a lot of armor for an artillery piece. I don't think it's enough to save it from a shell, but in a direct fire competition, it might be enough. With a 30, is it, for the front?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, so I can see that being a cheap choice, but points aren't a restriction for this one, I don't think, is it?
No.
No, so it's going to be on their merit alone. So there's so many choices the tankers can pick. I really, really can't wait to start seeing what people are going to be picking, what sort of choices, combinations they can pick. Are they going to go for a lot of fast and then a couple of supporting? Are they going to go for a few heavies? Well, I should say heavies. A few of the heavier French and some grills to back them up with their heavy splash. Are they going to go for rapid fire, so more M7 priests and Wesps? It's anyone's guess.
Yeah, it really is, because we've never seen this type of... I've never seen this type of tournament before, because it's a fun cup, and you really should come up with some very fun things to do. And only making artillery able to be picked, that's really funny, because you never see artillery going full force in the front of the battle. So it's going to be very, very fun and exciting.
Definitely. The battle is up now and everyone's starting to prepare. We can't switch to the view until after the start time has passed, so we'll be not showing you quite what they've picked yet. We're just going to get ready, but to tell you that it's on its way. We have 8 minutes and 45 seconds until the match starts today. Just to let you know, we are on an 8-minute delay, so people cannot cheat. So if you're watching the stream now, hi from 8 minutes in the future. We will not ever switch out of the 8 minutes delay, because because otherwise something could go. The picks of the teams might be revealed to the other team, or people could be watching for positions of artillery if they're trying to snipe. So that's the reason the 8-minute delay. So sorry about that. We will answer your questions if we ever see them on the chat 8 minutes late. So don't get frustrated with us. We are watching, we are responding, but we can't do it until 8 minutes later. Okay? Right. Do you want to take through what we're doing again today, High Flyer, for anyone who's just tuned in?
Yeah, for the people who's just tuned in, we're having the Fun Cup cast. We're having the Death from Above, where artillery is the only tanks allowed, and because it's just artillery only allowed, it's going to create a lot of fun tactics, or crazy tactics, I should say, because we've never seen anything like this, and I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm really, really excited about this.
Me too. I really feel that I'm dreading one thing. Both teams playing a distant strategy. Both teams in one battle, Monster or Chinese, sitting back in their bushes, aiming with 1 or 2 scouts forward, because that is going to be a tactical game that's going to draw on. I'm hoping for some really crazy tactics from every team, rushing with point blank TD shots, or even just driving forward with pure heavy tank style French gold tanks. Something crazy like that will be really, really warming for me.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm actually also looking forward to seeing if the teams are going to pick a diverse team, because you could just go for one thing, like the French premium tank, and just go, well, we're going to just boss around the streets and just expect not to get very high damage rolls on us, and just go for that. Or you can go for the very fast French tanks.
Yeah, well, we'll see very shortly. Let's have a look back on the map. Now, the railway is normally a really important bit for a standard battle. You normally get 1 or 2 light tanks rushing down there 2 or 3 minutes into the game to see what the enemy's doing. Do you think we're going to have some suiciding low-tier artillery going down the middle immediately to try and see where everything is, so that their supporting tanks can help before the enemy artillery gets into position?
I would actually expect that, yeah, because it does give you the advantage of knowing where the enemy is going. But again, if the scout artillery gets picked off very quickly, then the enemy can adapt and then throw you off. But I do look forward to seeing it, because it's a very popular strategy, even if in just random games.
Definitely. So we've got either the hills, or sorry, the fields on the east, we have the town on the west, and the railway in the middle. We have no idea where they're going to go. So let's go and have a look at the team. We have got, Monster have gone for a Grill, a Wesp, an M7 Priest, SU-26, a BS, another Wesp, and a Grill. Now, that's 2 Grills, so they're going for the support. The Wesp for the Rapid Fire and the M7 Priest, plus an SU-26. You see, there's the turret. I honestly was not sure whether many people would take them as a general role for the lack of range, but Inks is not that big of a map, is it?
No, it's actually quite small if you think about it, because, as you said, if they decide to go through the middle, you will get a very, very quick look at where the enemy is going. So it's a lot smaller than people think, even if you have the left side of the field and the right side of the town. So yeah, it's actually very small.
Yeah, so I actually expect, keep an eye on greenbacks, guys, because the SU-26 can do wonders in this. The turret, the high accuracy, and the really big curve. You try and hide behind some sort of feature in the terrain, the SU-26 will still hit you. It's one of the beauties of that machine. I remember playing it, it was lovely. So the grills are also going to play an important part. Do you expect to see them sitting really far back, or they're going to use their amazing traverse in close quarters like a TD?
I think they're going to sit back, at least at the beginning, because if they can get just some splash damage in, it's going to be very high damage, because of the great gun on the grill. But again, they could go for going 2 grills at one spot, because then you can like hold a corner, for example, and I could actually see that.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they use it. Who's going to be their scout? They don't actually have anyone in a Bison, which is surprising.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, but they do have the priest, which actually, if I remember correctly, it's actually the fastest tank on their team right there. It's yeah. I don't think they've had the scout artillery in mind when they picked this team, but we'll see if it's going to hurt them in the end.
Yeah, we'll see if that's going to affect the results with the lack of view sight. They're going to use a sacrificial lamb to spot the enemy, which could work against them because they have to lose. Well, in theory, they have to lose someone to gain sight. We'll see if that's actually going to have any effect on their strategy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. So here's a reminder of what's going down today, guys. We're watching the Fun Cup, hooray, with an 8-minute delay. My name's Dojan.
And I'm High 15.
And we're not official employees. We are just two fans who are casting for your enjoyment today. We enjoy esports, and we hope you're enjoying our casting. Any feedback, please send through to our email address at rivetingtv@gmail.com. The email will be at the end of the show today.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes left to the show, guys. So hope you're really looking forward to it because we're really pumped. And, well, the gold is on the line here. So there's going to be no punches pulled, are there?
No, because the first prize is 6,000 gold per player. And I think that a lot of people might have overlooked this tournament because most of the tournaments are filled up with the really good teams because there's a lot of gold on the line. But in a tournament like this, it's anyone's game, and even at 4th place you get 1,500 gold. So just get in there and have some fun. That's what I would say.
Definitely. There are other tournaments going on, isn't there, Highflyer?
Yeah, we are seeing soon. We're going to have the EC8 and the Mangled Metal also. They're coming very soon, actually.
Actually, we have the Mangled Metal up. It's the 22nd of September, guys. Anyone can enter. It's not for any. You don't have to be scared of losing. What have you got to lose? Nothing. What have you got to gain? Gold. So go for it. Go sign up now before the battle starts. So today, if we look at the back at the brackets, the other battles going on at the same time as the one we've got right now is OM Whitebeard. Battalion of, so I'm going to say BWR because I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. The top bracket, USSR versus the AVC or OMV. And the other one is the BDB versus BIA. So I would love to pronounce their names, but I would just mess it up and you guys would laugh at me. Or should I try? Battalion del Botglion. You try.
Battalion Lidion. Oh no.
Well, that was a good enough trend. Well, we're watching Chinese versus Monster Gamer, the 3rd bracket, the quarterfinal match, which is starting in 15 seconds. Let's go back into game and see what goes down.